It's the updates we've all been waiting for, my friends. Has Ricardo left the house? Is Ricardo still living with my parents? What's going on? What's the scoop? Grab your tea, grab your snacks, grab everything you need because it's gonna get a little bumpy. Carry me voice. Is that carry me vibe or Kai? Listen, I call them carry me 1, carry me 2, mbakop 1, whatever. The point that we're getting at is you need to get your tea, you need to get your snacks because it's gonna be all over the place, all right? Mila, run the intro. Y'all, so last we I talked about how my cousin was out here stealing shit from my mom and they was calling me, complaining via voice notes because apparently, allegedly, my cousin had stole some socks from my mom, okay? I had told y'all that I personally didn't believe that shit because it just didn't make sense, like who steals socks? What is the point? But ever since then, there's been a slew of nonsense and I just decided that I'm not going to deal with it, okay? I have way too much shit going on and way too many things to deal with than a bunch of adults who do not know how to speak to each other when they live under one roof. Let's just lay out what's going on now. So I have given my cousin till March 1st to move out of my parents' house. Today is, ladies and gentlemen, March 1st. You guys are probably like, whose baby is that? Mind your business. It is my surrogate baby right now. I don't have a surrogate baby, but it is one of my friend's babies. But anyways, it is currently March 1st. 2023 and I got a voice note a couple of hours ago and my cousin is talking about how he can't find somewhere to stay, he can't go sleep out in the street, he doesn't know what to do, he can't find a place to stay, his wife just started working and they can't accept her pay stubs because it's been less than 2 weeks, he doesn't know what to do, he's been trying super hard to find somewhere to stay. Let me just say straight up, that's a crock of caca because you've been saying that you were gonna move out for literally at least 2 years now. It's been more than that, but I'm gonna say a gracious 2 years. You haven't been trying to move. Now granted, it took me a while to get my parents to move too, but that's because they were being picky and I was also being picky. Sir, you need to get the fuck out. You need to get out expeditiously. Okay, so I don't know what the fuck is taking you guys so long. Honestly, I feel like you're just not really in the mood to move. You were sitting here talking all of this shit, talking about, oh, I need to get the fuck out then. Y'all acting like this and y'all acting like that and y'all doing this, that, and the third. You were acting like it was gonna be very, very easy to move. You were talking all this hot shit, but looky here, it's not as easy as you thought it was gonna be, right? Because what are they asking you, right? They're asking you for security first month, sometimes last month, and sometimes a guarantor. In New Jersey, especially when it comes to New York, they're asking you how much you make, they're asking you for credit, they're asking you for a cosigner if you don't have the credit. You were sitting here acting like it was hot shit, talking all of that shit when we asked you pay a little bit more. You talking like you could get a bedroom for $600. You acting like you could get a bedroom for $700. You can't even get a bedroom, let alone an apartment. So I suggest you act right. This is why I'm being this petty. This is why I'm not even stressed because either way, you're gonna either have to get the fuck out or pay the fucking price. So before we get into all of this, you guys are like, what happened to your voice? Black History TikTok event in LA. Okay, that's why my voice sounds like this. And I'm so sad because I have to go to the studio tomorrow. My voice sounds crazy and I broke an L. And I'm trying my hardest because I have so many videos to film. And okay, I'm trying for you guys, my little babies. I'm really trying. So ever since that whole situation happened with the socks, it's just been petty on petty on petty on petty. Okay, so I'm not sure if I talked to you guys about this whole detergent situation. Funny enough, if I talked to you guys about the first one, it happened again. So we're just gonna go over it again because it literally happened twice. Like I was like, am I in the twilight zone? So I buy my parents detergent so they could do laundry. There's a laundry room downstairs, and if that one's not working properly, they go across the street. So they literally usually use 2 different detergents. If you guys don't know, Haitians are very anal. They don't think that the clothes are wash the first time or with just one detergent, so they use two. I don't do that because I have eczema and my skin would literally look like some fucking alligator skin if I did some shit like that. But Haitians in general do that. Even my man does shit like that. It's ridiculous. So it's ridiculous. So I usually buy them a liquid detergent and a like a fob. Oh my god, how do you say that in English? It's sad how a lot of us be born here but we only know certain things in Creole. A powder detergent. There you go, a powder detergent. And then I'll buy them some Clorox. So I bought them all this detergent, and I don't buy little things of detergent, guys. I buy the one that be like 150 loads minimum, like 112 loads type shit. I bought them all this detergent. I put it down, set it down in the kitchen so my mom could do laundry, right? Mom calls me about a couple days later. Remember all that detergent you bought? It's gone now. Your cousin Ricardo done lifted it up to do his own laundry. I'm like, that's impossible. How's that possible? Come here and see. Come here and see. Come here and look. It's gone. You think I'm lying? I really genuinely think my mom do be picking fights, and I really think my mom be low-key just trying to find something wrong, okay? And I really think that sometimes she just be inserting little things to make it seem like it's true, or she might just have some psychological problems. I'm not even fucking lying with y'all, okay? I'm not even fucking lying with y'all, and I'm gonna get into that a little bit later. Also, if you guys remember the story with the money, how she was like, oh, someone stole the money, da-da-da. I really do think someone took the money, but at the same time, someone did take the money. They had every right to steal the money because you stole money from my dad when he was going to Haiti, and now years later, allegedly, someone took the money out the case, and you didn't mention that part, you know? So it's like my mom be like, she be moving a little snaky. I don't know, bro. So I was like, you know what, let it go, I don't know. Month later, I get her detergent again. I got her the same thing, liquid soap, detergent, all that. Mind you, these are big things of soap. Like literally a big thing of soap like that is gonna last you, again, 100 and something loads. Even if you're Haitian, it's gonna last you at least 50 loads because Haitians be doodle, drink some, doodle. Alright, you feel me? Even the little powder, you probably do like 2 little scoops and then you dump some powder in that bitch. So it's like, it's gonna last you a good little minute. Literally, my mom said she was only able to do like maybe 2 or 3 loads. Like, so it does seem like somebody might have dumped it. Whatever. I get her the same situation. She said, oh, somebody dumped that shit again. So at this point, I hit up Ricardo. I'm like, Ricardo, I bought the soap for my mom. Did you go and dump the soap? I didn't touch no soap. I don't have nothing to do with no soap. Y'all always blaming me for things. Everybody's always saying I do things in this house. The only way for people to stop blaming things on me in this house is for me to leave. I said, yeah, March 1st. Mind you, he was already on notice. So every single time I say something to him, or he says something to me, I'm like, yeah, March 1st. He paid me the rent last month. I was like, March 1st. Yeah, that is the only way, because at this point you're causing everybody stress and duress. Like it's getting really fucking annoying. And mind you, there's other situations in between this. Bro, it's coming to the point where every single time he or she complains to me or my dad says something, I just ignore it. I don't give a fuck anymore because none of y'all are gonna say anything to anyone. He comes in, he don't say nothing to nobody. She comes in, he doesn't say nothing to my mom. Same thing with my dad. My dad is not talking to him either. Like everybody just doesn't talk. Okay, so now whatever, soap thing's done. Now he be cooking, but apparently I don't know what he cooks with because he says he doesn't touch the groceries. That's a whole nother point of contention. So I have decided, in order to mitigate damages, I'm going to deprive the household of all essentials. You heard that right. I handle my mother's finances. Therefore, when she needs something, she hits me up and I give it to her, including the groceries. I've always taken my mom out for groceries, but it's come to the point where she claims that Ricardo takes the groceries to his friends' houses or wherever the case may be and cooks these groceries at other places. She's been saying this for years. When they finally started to beef, and I remember I did a video about this. I think this is like one of the first videos that kicked off the Ricardo series. She said that he took her ippies and her oil specifically. Mind you, I was like, bro, he brings all these hoes in his house and you're complaining about ippies and oil. I remember I talked about this. And this is her logic. She's like, oh, he takes the ippies and oil and he goes and he takes it and he goes to other places and he cooks with it. So now it's not even just that. Apparently it's chicken, it's fruit, it's vegetables, it's other meat, it's all this other things. She is accusing him of literally taking bulks of groceries, like literally going grocery shopping in the groceries and going other places with it. Now this is the thing. Yes, he lives there, but since he only wants to pay for his rent and never wants to put in for anything else, this is a serious issue. When this whole argument happened between my dad, me, him, and my mom last time, he was on this whole thing of, oh, why do I have to pitch in? I have other things that I have to pay for. All these other people are out here relying on me. It's like, bitch, you tried it because you don't even take care of your 5 kids. Your wife basically takes care of herself. Your mother had a stroke and you didn't know about it. Shut the fuck up. Don't let me dig into you, you piece of shit. So you live in a house with family. These are not regular roommates. You live in a house with family. Toothpaste done, you don't even put toothpaste in the house. Food done, nigga, you waiting for me to do the grocery shopping with my parents when you're here, you're an adult, and you have a car now. You've never even offered to go grocery shopping with my parents. You don't put nothing in the fucking house. And his response is, oh, well, what about the few times I bought spaghetti and milk? The few. Not even every time, just the few times. That's his response. And allegedly when his mom would come, he would try to literally say that he bought soap. Like soap that I would buy, because I would buy these huge Irish Spring loads or whatever. And I would put it in the house for my parents. He would try to play up to his mother when she would come from Haiti. Oh, yeah, I bought that soap. Oh, yeah, I bought that toothpaste. Yeah, no, you didn't, bitch. And I'm mad they told me that shit now. I said, why the fuck didn't y'all say that shit? So I could be like, yo, little bitch. You little dick ass nigga. You dirty dick ass nigga. Wow. You know what? Let me shut up. Because what I want to say, I cannot say. Like, what? Like, yo, like, come on, bro. You know, it's like you don't do anything but literally pay for your room. And I've said it numerous times before. That's clearly my fault because, yeah, that was a low price. But I did not expect him to be here this long. Like, when I'm telling you guys, I'm shocked that he's even still here. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, you're 40, you're married, you're grown, you should have more going on for yourself. You should not want to be under my parents' roof because you don't want to contribute to the household, because you're literally taking groceries and going to go cook them at other people's houses. Because honestly, I really thought my mom was joking, over exaggerating, making things up. Because this is what you want to do, I'm going to deprive the household of all resources. And any resource that is brought to the house, you know what we do? They hide them. My mom literally takes the toilet paper and goes to the fucking bathroom and then takes the toilet paper out and brings it back to her room and hides it in suitcases. I swear to God. And I hate that for her. And I didn't tell her to do that. She started doing that on her own. And it's crazy because when I would buy bulk, because I was still doing it for a while, but she was still complaining. So I was like, you know what? I'm just not gonna buy bulk stuff anymore because it's getting out of control and I'm tired of hearing your fucking mouth. Like, I'm tired of it because you're not gonna do or say anything about it. Okay? And her logic is, oh, well, he doesn't care. He doesn't listen. He's not gonna. And it's like, I see where you're coming from, but at the same time, I don't, because it's like he's not listening because you never say anything. All you do is rough rider all damn day. At the end of it all, you just blow up like a goddamn Pisces. Yes, my mom's a Pisces. Her birthday's on the 12th. Y'all know how Pisces are. If you're Pisces, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all just bitch, and then boom, volcano. Nobody has time for that. Nobody's listening to you at that point because all you hear is yelling. And then it's like you let the person walk all over you for this long. Who's listening? No one. So I'm like, I'm just not going to buy anything. So what we do is we just get little groceries here and there. I'll give her money and I'm like, yep, go do what it do. Go do what it do, because I'm like, I'm not doing this with you anymore because I'm tired of hearing your mouth. I'm tired of you not sticking up for yourself, and I'm tired of you letting him steal all of this shit. You know, like you have to do something about this. Like, I'm not about to be involved because once I start, I'm not gonna stop, and I'm not gonna let my blood pressure rise for this cockroach. Okay, like, I'm just not doing it. So there is no grocery hauls, there's no resources hauls, there's no nothing. Toothpaste gets taken out the bathroom, toilet paper gets taken out the bathroom, food is scarce. Literally, my mom takes the rice and puts it in a suitcase in her room. Everything gets taken into her room and gets put into the room. Speaking of suitcases in the room, now we have this whole situation with the suitcase. Okay, now I don't know if I talked to you guys about this, but we have to talk about this shit right now because my mom has been coming at my neck about this stupid ass suitcase ever since she moved. Okay, so my mom has this tobacco situation. Now, you would only know about this if you're Haitian, because I've never heard of this except from Haitians. Like, I've never heard of it from any other foreign country, but my mom has this thing where she puts like tobacco in her nose. Don't ask. Clearly that's why I watch me on this delusional shit, but I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. But she puts tobacco in her nose. She buys it from certain sellers. Sometimes people send it to her from Haiti, and it's pretty expensive. And when you get it from Haiti, it's like a pretty good deal. When we were moving, she put it in specific suitcases. But this is the thing. The suitcases that were moved by the movers were actually thrown in the trash. I tried to tell these specific movers not to move those suitcases. However, sadly, there was a really heavy language barrier and they threw it in the trash anyway. And these were the same suitcases that had the tobacco. So, suitcase lost. To this day, my mom blames me for it. She curses me all the time for it. Oh, you threw out my stuff, da da da. I said, well, maybe if you were more involved in the process, not sitting there watching movies, cooking food, literally ignoring the process, you would have had your tobacco. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Now, let me just explain the tobacco thing, because I know you guys are probably like, what the fuck tobacco leaves? No, it's like this grounded up black tobacco thing. Comment down below if you guys have this in any other country, because I've never heard anyone do it and they just like put it in their nose. Doesn't make them high. I don't know, because my mom be pretty coherent. Like, she's fine. But like, they just like to put it in their nose. I don't know. She's always blaming me for it, whatever. So allegedly, my mom claims that one day she's cleaning up her room and the same suitcase that was thrown out popped up in her room out of nowhere. that had the tobacco in it, but there was nothing in it. Mind you, this suitcase that was thrown out was just in the back of the building. So we easily could have went to the back of the building to go get the suitcase. The thing is, when we went to go look, the suitcase was gone. And what's very interesting is everything else that we threw out was there. Like I had journals, which I regret not keeping those journals because that could have been a million videos, but whatever. My journals were there. There was other things that we threw out that was right in the back of that building, but the suitcases gone. So my mom has this theory that my cousin took the suitcases, sold the tobacco, split it with his wife. Personally, I think that's elaborate. I think that's extra. I think that's ridiculous. My mom seems to think that my cousin did that. She thinks that the suitcase that she found is the same suitcase that was thrown in the back that had the tobacco in it. Now, mind you, the suitcase does look pretty damn similar, but I'm like, I don't think that's the same suitcase. But I don't remember. It was so much going on that day. I was literally throwing things out, helping them. It was so much things going on. So I'm just sitting there looking like, I don't know, like she's like, yeah, it popped up. I gotta show you. It's the suitcase. I didn't tell your dad yet. I want to show you first while you were here. And I'm just like, I feel like you kind of just trying to blame Ricardo for shit now. She's like, no, that's the suitcase. She is so adamant. That's the suitcase. That's the suitcase. That. And I'm just like, I think you need some tobacco, sis, but I'm just gonna shut the fuck up before you actually try to hit me for the first time. Like, I'm just like, I don't fucking know. So we bring it out to my dad. My dad's like, that's not the fucking suitcase. The suitcase was actually way newer. That's the suitcase I came back from Haiti. That's not the suitcase. The suitcase that you had the tobacco in was way newer. So now they start going back and forth and back and forth. And I'm just sitting there like, I don't even know. I just know it was a blue suitcase that does look like the suitcase. So it's this whole thing. And at this point I realized my mom really just be trying to pin anything on Ricardo. Like, I'm like, you just be trying to say Ricardo did any and everything to just try to justify the fact that you want him out and that he's such an evil person. Like, I really think that Ricardo be doing shit, but damn, do we really have to say that, like, he stole your tobacco? Like, that's some elaborate shit, but I don't even think he's that smart to, like, go to the back of the building and steal your tobacco. Like, did he even know where your tobacco was? Like, that's what I was thinking the whole time. I'm like, did he even know where it was? That was my logic. I'm like, whatever. So I'm like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. Because I didn't even know it was in there. Like, I just told them to just take this, don't throw that out, keep that. Well, like, that's what I was just telling them. So I was like, oh, I mean, whatever. Again, you should have been more involved instead of sitting there doing all the shit that you were doing. So boom, all this extra shit goes on. Now we have the fucking finale of, oh, he needs to get the fuck out. Mind you, I already told him March 1st he had to get out by this time. My parents were like on board with it. By this point they were really like, oh no, he needs to get the fuck out. One day I'm chilling and I get this message from Ricardo talking about chicken feet, like literally chicken feet. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I don't understand. I didn't even listen to the voice note. I didn't give a fuck because at this point I'm just like, y'all bored me. Could we get a new series? Okay, like this shit is getting out of control. I just kind of stopped paying attention to whatever the fuck they were talking about. But then my parents hit me up. They're like, Ricardo broke the mop, the brand new mop that you bought when we moved here. The beautiful mop. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? You know how Ricardo don't be cooking here. Ricardo takes all our groceries. He goes to his friend's house and that's how he gets his food. That's how he makes his food. Well, he cooked here the other day. He left the kitchen an utter mess. And he broke them off. Now, that's the thing about Ricardo. Ricardo is a very clean nigga. Like, he's one of the cleanest men I've ever met next to my own man. I'm not gonna lie. I put Ricardo top, my man second. I don't know who will take the third spot, but Ricardo and my man are some clean ass men. They're very, very like clean up while you cook, leave the place spotless, mop every other day type of niggas. Like when they're cooking, especially, like I hate cooking because it's like I cannot clean while I cook, and I'm the type of person to leave the kitchen dirty after I cook. I don't care. I'm gonna admit it. Like I hate it. Like I really hate cleaning after I cook, and it's annoying because like I cook quite frequently. So it's like, yo, but when it comes to Ricardo, when it comes to my nigga, like they are very cleanly. But Ricardo, I'm telling you, I put him up there because he's very, very clean. And lately he hasn't been cooking at my parents' house, as I said. So I was so confused. I said, are you guys sure he cooked in the house? They're like, no, he cooked because it wasn't me and it wasn't your mom. So who the fuck cooked? He He was frying a whole bunch of food and there's oil everywhere, there's splatter everywhere, there's all of this shit everywhere. And if we go in the bathroom, we look and the mop is broken. It's broken in 3 places. It's snapped all over the place. It's dirty. Mind you, I bought a really nice fucking mop, bro. If I didn't use a Swiffer, I would use that mop. Mop is broken. The mop looked like it done went through hell. The mop looked like it done lived in the hood. It lived in Chirac. It lived in Nook. It lived in Compton. And then it went to Iraq and went through it. Like the mop mop looked like somebody broke somebody over the head with it. The mop went through hell. And I'm like, I'm so confused. You're telling me he came, he cleaned, and then he broke the mop? And they're like, yeah, Jean-Ware. Just like I told you. Now he's being petty. Now he's being disrespectful. Why would he cook and then he didn't clean? And then he broke the mop. And I'm like, nah, that's Max. Nah, that's Max. So I hit up Ricardo and I'm like, Ricardo, why? Why? Because why? Oh, I didn't do that. Why would I break the mop? Oh, I mean, I did cook, but I saw the mop like that. When do you think I was born? Huh? Ricardo, you broke the goddamn mop. Replace the fucking mop. Don't please. Thank you. Fucking clean this damn kitchen and buy a new damn mop. Okay, at that point, I started getting annoyed. But nothing pissed me off more than this situation right here. This situation right here is when everybody was just like, oh, this nigga's being childish. At this point, like, these other past situations, I was like, okay, I think my parents just might be a little delusional. I think my mom took way too many tobacco sniffs of her nose, bro. But this right here, I realized, okay, Ricardo's a piece of shit. Ricardo's really a piece of shit. And I really think that, like, he's really just like, yeah. So we have the toothbrush situation, bro. My mom calls me and is like, yo, I don't know what you're gonna do, but Ricardo has to get the fuck out. Now, ever since that whole situation with your dad's crying, your dad's upset. And I'm like, that's his fucking problem. He the one that was sitting here defending Ricardo. That's his friend. They could piece it up. They men piece up everything, right? That's not my problem. No, but it's getting serious. Apparently, Ricardo took your dad's toothbrush and he dyed his hair with it. I said, Ricardo did what? Ricardo took your dad's toothbrush and dyed his hair with it. I was so fucking confused, disgusted, and angry because it's like, first of all, he's never done anything to my dad directly, and second of all, it's like, that's a very specific thing to do because you know who the fuck's toothbrush is whose toothbrush when you live with them, especially when it's been years. So at this point, I was like, I need to see this shit. I was like, I'm gonna physically go over there. So I go because my dad didn't tell me this, my mom told me. So I'm like, my mom be over exaggerating. What I tell you, my mom be maxing, my mom be taxing, my mom be doing a whole lot of. So I pull up to the house. I said, toothbrush. Let me see the toothbrush. Nigga, hella died. First of all, I didn't know Ricardo had grays like that. I didn't know he dyed his hair. So that was a main, I was like, are you sure he dyes his hair? They're like, yeah, he dyes his hair. I see him dyeing his hair all the time. He dyes his hair just as much as I dye my hair because my mom be dyeing her hair. And I'm like, first of all, that's interesting. Like, what? Second of all, I'm very disturbed. What possesses you to take someone's toothbrush to dye your hair with it? Like, that's some shiesty ass. Like, that's fucked up. So I take the toothbrush and I go to my dad. I said, this is your toothbrush? He said, yeah. I said, and Ricardo dyed his hair with it? He said, yeah. I said, okay. So I knock on Ricardo's door. I said, you dyed your hair with my dad's toothbrush? And he just looked at me like, oh, that's his toothbrush? I said, you know damn well that's his toothbrush. I was like, why do you think it's okay to be doing what you're doing? Why do you think it's okay to dye your hair with someone else's toothbrush? Well, I usually use a different toothbrush that looks exactly like this toothbrush, but I didn't purposely use your dad's toothbrush to dye my hair. Kid y'all not, the way he said it and the face that he had, you know damn well that nigga was fucking bullshit. And I'm usually a very good judge of character and I have a lot of discernment. That nigga was fucking lying through his teeth. And this is when I realized this nigga's full of shit. He's being fucking petty. And this is literally around the time where we had that whole argument. He sent me that voice note talking about, oh, well, I didn't see your dad for a liar and he's lazy and all of that. So I'm just like, you're a fucking liar. Don't touch my dad's shit. Don't touch anyone's shit in this house or we're gonna have a problem. Like, literally, that's what I was like, we're gonna have a problem. Oh no, it was an accident. I said, nah, this don't look like an accident. Like, this don't look like an accident at all. You've seen his toothbrush for years. Oh, well, do you want me to buy another toothbrush? I said, he already bought a toothbrush. He already bought a toothbrush. So don't nobody gotta do that. Like, you don't do shit like that. Like, that's you crossing the line. Shut the door left. So at this point, I'm like, yeah, he gotta go. Like, he really gotta go. So as you guys heard in the beginning, apparently he can't find an apartment. So now extension till April 1st. To be quite honest with you, I didn't really expect him to leave. I think he's full of shit. He thought it was gonna be a lot easier to leave, and now it's not way easier to leave. So this whole thing was a ploy for me to get him to pay way more rent, okay? Because he wanted to sit there bitch cry and complain, oh, I can't pay $600. I can't afford to pay $600. You can't afford to live in New Jersey or New York, you stupid bitch. You can't. Because girls is players too. So pay the $600 rent like I said the first time. Boss! I knew what I was doing, ladies and gentlemen. I knew he was never leaving. I would love for him to leave, to be quite honest with you. I really would. But either he leaves or he pays the extra rent. That's what I said from the beginning. I would love like 90% of him to leave, but 10% says pay more. okay? So with that being said, comment down below. Do you know any disrespectful, annoying ass, ridiculous family members? I'd love to hear your stories down below because why not? I know there's some crazy ass stories I'm gonna get down below. Also, let me know, do you think April 1st he's gonna leave? Because I don't. But April 1st is looking like more rent. And that's fine with me too. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, do all that. Join the Patreon. And most importantly, go subscribe to my other 2 channels. Everything is gonna be down below. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that. Again, everything's gonna be down below. Bye y'all!